G'day baseball card collecting nation, this is Chris from Big 3 PC, and today I share my approach to card collecting and the target list that I have built for my PC with you. As a reminder, you can find me on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and you can always reach me by email. Alright, let's dig in. As you recall, these big 4 questions from our last video that are intended to help guide you as you build a plan for re-entering the hobby. Allow me now to take you through my thought process as I put together my plan for the hobby about 3 months ago. For me, my primary goal is to build a beautiful personal collection PC that I can share with my big 3 down the road. And of course, I'm referring to the fact that I'm a father of 3 youngsters who are just getting into the game of baseball. And when I think about all that's good about baseball, the one thing that always stands out is how beautifully the game can be enjoyed by both young and old together. Going to the ballpark with my kids is always a special outing, and I think that building a dynamite PC to share with them as they become interested in ball cards themselves is only going to enhance their enjoyment of the sport and mine. So I'm looking to build the beauty PC. Do I have any interest in flipping cards or prospecting? Absolutely I do. It's taken me a bit of time to learn about these avenues that can greatly enhance the hobby and your enjoyment of it. But now that I have, I'm into that a little bit. If done right, flipping, prospecting, these are things that can help fund the hobby and fund the PC. And if you're going to become an expert in something, you might as well make a little profit along the way. So I do dabble a bit in both of these endeavors, but as stated, my primary objective is to build that beauty PC. So, what to do once you know where you are as far as whether you are a collector, flipper, or prospector? Well, as someone who's looking to collect, I think the next thing you got to do is put together a list of the players that you want to target. For me, I'm just looking for the beauties. Players going to the Hall. So if you look at my columns here, I've got Hall of Fame in the top left, basically intended to mean Hall of Fame status. I've got surefire Hall of Famers, in my opinion, who I'm looking to collect. I've got a bunch of guys who I believe to be on a path to the Hall. Some who are very young in their career, if you look at this list, may or may not get there. But I think they are on the right track, certainly. And then beyond that list, I got a smallish group of players who they're not almost certainly going to the Hall of Fame, but I like them. Maybe it's my Blue Jays heroes, or just some guys who I love the way they play the game, like George Springer, that sort of thing. Shohei Ohtani, obviously, love that guy. And then beyond that, I've got a watch list. It's a long watch list. These are players who could end up on my list as I continue to follow them. Should probably be putting Alonso and Bregman up there sooner than later, if not already. But yeah, gotta understand this is a dynamic list. There's some players on there like Trout who probably never gonna leave it. David Ortiz, Derek Jeter. But there can definitely be movement. So that's why you got to keep this list and keep active. Now, the next column I draw your attention to is the priority column, the P column. There's no way that I can buy all the cards I want for all these players anytime soon. This is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. So you got to have a bit of direction as far as who you're targeting and when. So for me, when I look at my priority classification A players, it's basically kind of 3 different categories of A players and why they're a priority A. So Mike Trout, the GOAT, this guy's cards just always go up. Unless he gets injured, and assuming he just keeps playing the way he's playing, I think that's just going to be the case. So getting on him sooner than later just makes a lot of sense to me. You got another classification of A player, guys like Derek Jeter. Guys who are going to the Hall probably within a year's time. You want to try to get in on those cards before there's any kind of a Hall of Fame bump in their valuations. Not 100% sure that that's a thing, but there's talk about that in the industry, and it makes sense to me. So I'm trying to get on a guy like Derek Jeter as soon as possible. The third classification of a priority A player for me is a player who is potentially undervalued, who I think is undervalued. I look at a guy like Mookie Betts, what he's accomplished through his age 26 season, compare his prices to some of the young studs right now. I'll give you an example. Mookie Betts, PSA 10 Bowman Chrome First Auto. Just got one for $700 with ship. I'm going to be paying about $2,500 to get Ronald Acuna's same card. Seems a little crazy to me considering Mookie's got 42 WAR through age 26 season. He's got an MVP in a World Series. I mean, he's the kind of guy that most of these young studs are hoping they become in 4 or 5 years. Final Class A kind of player for me, you're looking at players down the list here like Cody Bellinger, Max Scherzer, Juan Soto, players that are going to the playoffs this year and have a chance to really enhance their reputation and their card values in a big, big way on the biggest stage. Clayton Kershaw, throw him in there as well. So those are my priority A kind of players and why they're an A. And then I've got B, C, and D classifications. Now, I'm always on the lookout for value, and you should be too. If I find any of these guys with a really good value Bowman Chrome First, a rookie card, I'm going to pull the trigger, and I have, on some of these, even the lower priority players. Third column I draw your attention to, the notes column. I did a lot of research to build this list, and I don't remember everything that I looked up, so I need some sort of a memory aid so that when I quickly open this file up, I can remember, why do I like these guys? Why am I collecting them? And where do they compare to the guys on the watch list? So I keep some notes. I keep a note on what they've accomplished this year, what they've accomplished in their career. Sometimes I'll throw some conservative projections to see where they might be down the road. I got Mookie Betts highlighted here again. I gave some very conservative projections. Just through the age 35, this guy averaging 150 hits, 23 homers, and only 4 WAR a year. Obviously baking some decline into those numbers. And look, I got him coming up with 76 WAR, 2,300 hits, 342 homers. And then I make a note here that I know he's not a second baseman anymore, but a guy like Alomar, who is a beaut, he's in the hall with 67 WAR, playing a lot of second base. So making a lot of notes here so that I never forget, or that if I do, I've got an easy reference for why I'm collecting and why I love these players. Okay, so got my list. It's got 43 players on it. The next question is, which of their cards am I going to target? Because there's no way you're going to get them all. There's too many cards out there. There's too many sets being made. There's not nearly as many prints per card anymore, which is why cards are valuable and fun to collect again, unlike the 80s and 90s. But there's still a lot of cards out there. So for me, given the fact that my wife is not 100% into my return to the hobby just yet, a little on the fence about the whole thing, I got to make sure these things don't accumulate too quickly, or I'm going to start to feel the heat. So I'm going for quality over quantity. Quality over quantity in baseball card world in 2019 basically means you're focusing on Bowman Chrome Firsts, be it the base, parallel, or autos, and rookie cards. And for me, primarily rookie cards being Topps flagship stuff, Series 1, 2, and Update. If I manage to lock down Bowman Chrome First Parallel, Bowman Chrome First Auto, and a PSA 10 rookie card for any given player, like I have for Mookie, sure. If a nice short print from a different set, catches my eye and it's a decent valuation, I'll add that too. But primarily, I'm just trying to lock down Bowman Chrome First and PSA 10 rookie cards for my 43 players on this list as a start. And it's important to note, this is going to take time and money. So this is a marathon, people. If I haven't said that already, this is not a sprint. Know your budget, stick to it. My budget, it's a good size. I'm grown, I got a good job, I have some savings. But there's folks out there with bigger budgets than I have, way bigger budgets. The point is, don't be trying to keep up with anyone. Be your own dog and be smart about it. All right. On the Excel sheet, got the names, you got to track and have an easy reference for the cards that you want to collect for these players. So you're going to see columns now. Bowman Chrome First is highlighted right here. So very simply, I'll put what year, the card number, because you got to do some research on all this. I'll show what sales have happened in the last 3 months for that card, or the range of sales, the ungraded sales, UG, the PSA graded card sales, the 9, the 10, etc. And then I'll include, what am I looking for? What am I targeting? Scroll over, I got my rookie card column, same information. You got what year is the rookie card and what set, or which ones am I targeting anyways? What are they selling for? And am I going after them? And then finally, you come over to the autographs. And again, I'm just looking for the Bowman Chrome First Autos to start. I know there's a lot of beautiful autographed products out there, but for me, Bowman Chrome First Auto, Monte card, baby. So, what year is it in? What are the prices? Should I go for it now or should I wait? That's my Excel sheet. I hope you find that helpful. And you don't have to use Excel, but the point is you got to put the research in, know which cards, which players, which priority, how much you're looking to spend before you go out there and spend any money. So that's my advice. That's how I'm doing things. We'll go back to my slides here. And before we wrap up, this is Best Advice Series Part 2. Buy the card you want. I got to again credit SVA Card Collectors. They have been preaching this mantra ever since the beginning, and I know it to be true. None of the cards in my personal collection were found in a pack or a box by me. How exciting would that have been? But you got to understand that the most efficient way to build a personal collection is not by opening packs. It's by having a watch list, tracking prices, and buying well-negotiated single cards one at a time. You got to buy the card you want. Opening packs and boxes is without question the most inefficient way that you'll build a personal collection. Opening packs is really just for fun and the thrill of maybe getting a huge hit. But the odds of getting a huge hit are low, and the odds of getting a huge hit on a guy you actually collect are even lower. So, you want to collect, stay away from packs and boxes. If you're looking to prospect and flip, and if you're disciplined enough to stick to the right sets out there that return value with their base cards alone, then opening packs and boxes can be a really good source of inventory and fun for you in this hobby. But you got to know how to spot the value boxes, and we'll be covering that in future videos very soon. Okay, that's it for today. Tune into video 3, where I'm going to share my personal collection card by card with you. We'll get to go over what rookie cards look like nowadays, what the heck is a Bowman Chrome First, and what's a graded card look like, while we enjoy looking at the few cards I've put together in my 3 months. As always, thank you for watching and allowing me to help you build a PC for your big 3.